Hi, I'm Margie, and welcome back to my kitchen. This is the fall, and we're starting to get ready for the Christmas holiday by making English toffee. That's what Marjorie's Candies really focuses on, is English toffee. And I chop a lot of chocolate when I do that. And I'm wearing my hat today, and I'll be wearing gloves when I show you how to do this. But this is a 10-pound bar of chocolate that I'm going to chop for you. I'm going to show you how I do that because I use a little technique that makes it a whole lot easier for me to chop chocolate. There may be some of you out there that do chop large bars of chocolate. I guess it's a little unusual, but it'll be fun to watch, and for those of you who do need to know, this might help you. So I'm also going to show you how to, we'll chop it a little finer using a Frenching knife. This is the type of chocolate that I will use to temper and make candy with. So I'll be back in a moment to get started. Here's a 10-pound bar of chocolate, which I break up in large pieces to melt for my English toffee. And the way I do that is, I'll show you, but I have a mallet here, and I have a spike with a very sharp point, and I'll show you that a little better when I get started. And then I have, after I finish chopping the chocolate into large pieces, I'm going to make the chocolate a lot smaller with this Frenching knife. And then you also can use this dock scraper to pick up your chocolate and to put it into a large bowl. And then you're going to seal that in a plastic bag to keep it nice and fresh. So to get started, oh, there's also one other thing. I have this knife, it has a sharp little point. First thing I do before I get started is I take the point of the knife and I just put it through the plastic and I run it around the outside edge of the chocolate paper, and then I take that off. Then what I have left is the chocolate inside a little pouch kind of, so when I go to break it up, they won't fly off onto the floor. You don't want your chocolate flying onto the floor. Then you can't use it. So now what I've got is I have this mallet. Like I said, it's a 4-pound mallet. You probably can get one that's a little less weighty. And I have this spike that has a protector on the top, so when you hit it, your hand won't slide off. The mallet won't slide off and hit your hand that you're holding this with. I bought these all brand new at a hardware store, so they've never been used for anything else. So to get started, I just place this. I like to make my pieces about no more than 1 inch wide, and they just have to be big enough to fit in the bowl I'm going to use in my microwave. So you just go ahead and start by hitting this. I'm going to place it straight up. But it's really hard to miss, and it'll just crack it right up. But it's hard to miss the top. I keep an eye on it. As long as the pieces are a little bit less than 1 inch, they'll melt very well for me in the microwave. Then I go back and check to see if any pieces are a little bit too big. Now, in order to get this into the bowl, it's pretty easy. Or even into a plastic bag. All you have to do is pick this up because it's sort of in a pouch. And you can just bring it into your bowl. or into a bag. When I go to chop chocolate that I'm going to temper, it has to be very fine. When you chop chocolate fine, it's always easy to work with things that are a little smaller because then the pieces don't jump around. So I just take my Frenching knife and you use it like a Frenching knife, where you put your hand under it and your hand doesn't get in the way on the board. And you hold this part down and you just go about 1/4 of an inch all the way through. You can turn this a little bit. Then go through all the chocolate that you want to make smaller. Just do this. So I keep turning it, so I'm working with the smallest side till it just gets too small and it starts really bouncing around. Just chop that up. If you want, you can go through a little bit. That's good. And then you can use your dock scraper to pick this up. Your hands are pretty warm, and so that kind of gets in the way sometimes. So the gloves will help. And there you have it. You have chopped chocolate for tempering and melting, and using in candy or dipping pretzels. And I have my large pieces for my English toffee.